Everybody out there in internet land, it's Matt Hillier here at the Cadillac barn once again, having a good time like we do with friends, sharing music and stories and all kinds of good stuff. Today I got two of my favorite people in the world, not just because they're amazing musicians and songwriters, but because they're great people, good friends. We've gotten to know. My mother would kick me. She's an English teacher. We've gotten to know them fairly well over the years, and it's always a treat when I get to see you guys. This is Brennen, Leigh, and Noel McKay.
It's a treat for us too.
It is?
Yep, very
wow. The feeling is mutual. It's always good.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Well, I've been a fan of you guys really ever since I became aware of y'all. I think I became aware of Noel first because I know that 1100 Springs and the McKay brothers wound up on shows together. I don't know, golly, I don't know how many years ago it was, but it was just like discovering something, just a diamond in the rough, wherever that rough spot we were both in. Probably some gnarly place.
Yeah.
But I mean, anytime we could get a chance to share the stage with you guys was always a treat. I've been a fan. I was a fan of your CDs with the McKay brothers and this everything that you guys are doing together. Brennen, I know the first time I saw you, I think you were backing up Charlie Louvin. And I knew of you, like I knew your stuff, but I don't think we had ever met. And I'm glad that we did because I'm such a fan of your talent and everything. Okay, I wanted to ask y'all a question because I got to thinking about you guys coming over here and had the realization that, I don't know, maybe a lot of people don't know, that both of you guys got your start playing with family and family bands. And the only experience I've ever had with that was my brother was kind of the drummer in my first band, but he wasn't really a drummer musician type in the end. I just always wonder how that is as far as like, okay, to be in a band, period, we know it's a challenge to sort of travel down the road and get along with everybody, but when you're with family and you kind of know where the bodies are buried as far as your personal history,
Good way of putting it.
like what the get along factor is as opposed to want to just park a car on the side of the road and take them out of the car and kick your ass kind of factor is,
You can go first.
Well, my brother and I got along really well. And we played together. We had a band, kind of like a rock band kind of thing in Austin in the 90s that was not very well received there, but it was a pre-McKay Brothers incarnation. And so we got along through that, and then when the McKay Brothers thing happened, we got along very well. We were always sort of in harmony with whatever stuff. We very seldom fought about stuff. Mm-hmm. So I think we were probably atypical in that. You read about these sibling acts, and they're always at each other's throats and fighting. My brother and I were not.
Yeah.
So we had a really good experience doing that.
So it probably made the whole thing stronger.
It was stable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. What about you?
I think having your sibling in the band with you is a stabilizing thing, because like I always trusted my brother. Mm-hmm. Not that I don't trust other people, but you trust them in a way, and you know them in a way that other people you wouldn't necessarily. Mm-hmm. It takes a lot of years of knowing somebody to get to that point. Yeah. And we had a telepathy, musical telepathy. We could tell what each other were going to do, and we grew up with the same accent and the same influences, and that's, I think, the reason you hear a lot of those brother duets and sibling acts that you say, that sibling harmony. That's because a lot of the experiences you've had have been the same experiences, same parents, eating the same food, drinking the same water. Right. And my brother's a great musician.
You guys drink out of the same glass?
Sometimes he takes my glass.
Water? Really?
One toothbrush for the whole family.
Yeah, we're using the same toothbrush, wearing the same underwear.
Same bed.
All right. So, but all right, now let's talk about this, because I'm jealous of the sibling thing, playing music, because I don't know. I've always wanted to share that with either family, but then also I'm also really jealous of folks like y'all or Courtney and Jason or Max and Heather, and just being a couple to be able to share that musical experience. what are the, like how's that as far as songwriting or just playing or traveling on the road? Again, sort of the get along factor of like just the life that we live traveling as musicians, and the balance that you have to keep between your everyday life and then getting to the next gig, and then being a couple and doing it together.
I'm so glad that we are able to do that, and it makes our lives easier, a lot easier, and it's fun. We continue to have a good time doing that. We're kind of in a constant state of songwriting too. We've got all these song ideas that we'll write one, but there's a stack of other ones that we're always sort of trying to write together. But we also, because it's also a business really when it comes down to it, and so in a way we're sort of in business together. So there are times when we have to just say, can we not talk about that right now?
It's hard to turn it off sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, and just say, let's go to a movie, or let's go out and just make a concerted effort not to talk about the gigs or the songs or whatever else is going on with the music.
Well, that's interesting. I'm glad that you said that, because that's actually one of the points when I was thinking about that I wondered about, because I know that my wife, when I come, it's like that scene from Walk the Line. Sometimes if I come back, it's like, I got a new room. No talking about the road.
Yeah. Don't you dare write a song right now.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah.
So that's you sound pretty diplomatic, and you said that all the right things.
But I think any self-employed person probably has that issue of not being able to turn it off, because like you're the product.
You don't punch a clock.
Yeah, you don't get to say, all right, I'm clocking out.
Yeah.
You won't see me till Monday. That's not how it works. If I miss a call or an email, I could miss some income. Same with Noel. So we really have to set boundaries for when we're working and when we're not. And then funny enough, we'll have a day off and we'll end up writing or something. Or we go out and see a lot of music.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because I get inspired by seeing other musicians.
Well, we certainly get inspired about seeing you guys. So let's have you guys do a tune.
That would be great. Thanks.
Go.
Hello, my name is Brennen Leigh. That's Noel McKay, Aaron Goodrich, and Ben Sanders. We're glad to be here with you today. This is a song that I wrote with my brother, Seth Hulbert. It's a song about getting kicked out of your favorite drinking establishment. It's called The Bar Should Say Thanks. When they threw me out, I heard the slamming of familiar swinging doors. And as I stumbled across that parking lot gravel, I heard him say, don't come around anymore. I'll have to find a new place for my booze, and those uptight highbrows don't know what they're losing. My last cold one on them has been drank. The bar should say thanks. The bar should say thanks for all the good times I brought with me. Even when my mind was a total blank, I was the life of the party. Before me was just a quiet place, a couple of guys crying along with Hank. Now it's a happening place to be, and it's all because of me. The bar should say thanks. Don't they remember each closing time whose tab is always open? And who can they always count on to hold the hand of a friend who's barely coping? Who's the queen of rehashing her hard knocks? Who drops all her spare cash in the jukebox when I could have been putting it in the bank? The bar should say thanks. The bar should say thanks for all the good times I brought with me. Even when my mind was a total blank, I was the life of the party. Before me was just a quiet place, a couple of guys crying along with Hank. Now it's a happening place to be, and it's all because of